The Leopard's Visit. With little Ratty curled up between them, Cosimo and Kamari soon went to sleep in spite of Father's snoring and Mother's humming and Adu's crying. Suddenly, Mother stopped humming. She listened. There was a strange sound coming from the enclosure behind the house, where they kept the cow and the calf. There was a sound of a struggle. Then all was quiet. The cow mooed, and the calf answered. She mooed again, but this time there was no answer. Mother awakened Father. "There is something disturbing the cows. Perhaps you had better go out and see what has happened." Quickly Father jumped up, grabbed a heavy club beside the door, and hurried into the darkness. Little Ratty was frightened. He jumped up and disappeared in the dark shadows. Cosimo and Kamari awoke as they heard strange noises. They clung to each other in the darkness. Mother reassured them that no harm would come to them. After a few moments, Father returned to the house. He placed the club beside the doorway and said, "It's gone. It's gone." "What is gone?" asked Mother. "The calf," said Father, and his voice sounded hopeless. "Some animal has taken it. I could not find any trace of it." Cosimo and Kamari clung to each other in the darkness. "A bear," whispered Kamari. "Maybe a tiger or a leopard," Kasume said. Father was saying cross words. The calf was to pay the charm doctor. The spirits are angry with us now for sure. First it is our son and the fever. Now it is the calf. It must have been a leopard that paid us a visit tonight, though I am sure he was not welcome. For a long time Father lay awake. Kasumi and Kamari also lay awake listening. They were afraid. It was not the strange noises outside where the cow was walking about nervously, calling for her calf. It was not the sound of night insects that kept them awake. It was not fear of the leopard which had taken the calf, but it was fear of the spirits that were angry. Nothing could be more terrible than to have the spirits angry with you. Kasumo cried softly. Mother spoke a few words of comfort. "Do not cry, little flower. Some day everything will be all right." As she lay quietly thinking and listening to Father snore, she felt something brush against her. An animal, a snake perhaps. No, it was Ratty, who had come to snuggle down again and go to sleep beside his little friends. "Oh, Ratty," whispered Kasumo, "I am so glad you came back. I am afraid. There are so many things to be afraid of. Are you not afraid, too?" To answer, Ratty began to purr as he snuggled down against Kasume's arm. "Not so loud, little Ratty. Father may wake up and hear you, and if anything happens to you, I would be very sad, for I love you very much. Quiet now, little kitten, black as night. Let us go to sleep." Poor Ratty. Morning came, and with it the bright sunshine. But there was only gloom in the mud house with the thatched roof, for Adu was no better. His brown face and body were very hot, and he cried pitifully. The strange treatments given by the charm doctor had no effect, for the fever continued. Father was cross because the little calf was gone, and the charm doctor would expect his pay this morning. Mother was preparing breakfast for Father. Kasumi and Kamari were still sleeping. Father ate breakfast in silence. Truly the spirits were angry to bring so much bad luck to one family. Father said to Mother, "If the charm doctor comes for his pay while I am in the field—" But Father did not finish his sentence, for just at that moment Ratty came walking across the hard mud floor, stretching and yawning lazily. "A cat! A black cat!" screamed Father angrily. "Now I know why bad luck has come to our house." And with a swift lunge, Father clutched Ratty in his strong hand. The sound of Father's angry voice awakened both Kasumi and Kamari. They sat up on their mats just in time to see Father disappear through the doorway with little Ratty in his hand. "Please, Father, please don't hurt our little Ratty," pleaded Kasumi and Kamari, running after him. "Please, he is our pet." But Father did not heed their cries. He carried Ratty behind the house. The poor kitten was so frightened, he meowed and scratched and clawed at the big hands that held him. Father did not release his hold until he had crushed the life out of him. Then he threw the limp little black body out into the clump of bushes and returned to the house. Kasumo and Kamari stood by the door. Their eyes were full of tears and questioning. "Why did you do it, Father?" asked Kasumo. "We loved our little pet." "Cats? Black cats? They bring bad luck." And Father brushed past them and went into the house. He picked up the rice gourd that Mother had filled with rice for him and went out to the field to work. Kasumi and Kamari watched him as he took long strides down the path. They did not speak. Their hearts were too full of sorrow for words. When he had disappeared around the bend, Kasumi and Kamari threw their arms around each other and sobbed out their grief. Then, when at last they had stopped crying, Kasumi took Kamari's hand and led the way to the bushes. Yes, it was true. Down among the low bushes they found the limp, lifeless body covered with black fur. Kasumi took it gently in her arms and held it close. Big hot tears fell on the black shiny coat. Kamari felt of the ears and the feet and the tail. "He does not open his eyes," said Kamari. "He does not wiggle his ears. He does not move. Won't we ever play with him any more?" "No," said Kamari sadly. "Little Ratty is dead. He will never play any more." Mother was touched by the sorrow that had come to her girls by the loss of their pet, but she must not permit them to touch or hold the lifeless little body. It might anger the spirits. "Come away now and forget Ratty. Wash your hands." They came and ate their breakfast. "After you eat, I want you to go to the spring for some water." Sadly and gently, Kasumi put the little kitty back in the bushes. Then she took Kamari by the hand, and they went to the basin to wash. Adho was crying, so Mother held him and sang to him while the girls ate their breakfast. Then they took the gourd and started down the path towards the